Welcome in, everyone. Oh, this is a horrific case that happened pretty close to me in Jackson, Mississippi. I'll leave this photo up while I read to you all about what happened. A Louisiana woman was found dead in her home Thursday, and her two young daughters were abducted and found hours later in Mississippi, one dead and the other alive. A Louisiana resident who had dated the woman was arrested in Jackson, Mississippi in connection with the deaths and abduction, and he is identified as 36-year-old Daniel Callahan. He had the victim's car along with her alive and well 6-year-old child. So she had two kids. The body of the other child was a 4-year-old. It was found near the car in a wooded area in Jackson. Louisiana State Police issued an Amber Alert for the children after their mother, Callie Brunette, was found dead in her home in Laranger. Ooh, I don't know where that's at. East of Baton Rouge. She had been reported missing after no one had spoken with her since Tuesday. A cause of death was not immediately released. Let's see. Jackson Police Chief Joseph Wade said that officers contacted the Mississippi Bureau of Investigation's Human Trafficking Division about the case. He said small animal cages were discovered at the wooded area where the children were found. Oh my word. He tried to do away with the children by taking them into this wooded area. This was a horribly tragic situation that was committed by the actions of a coward. Amen. Key word there, coward. I want to deep dive on this a little bit with you guys and discover this case together, if you don't mind. This is awful. I'm going to go over to the New York Post article, which has photos of the children. The girl's mother was 35 years old, Callie Burnett. She was murdered 130 miles away from where they found them. So the little girl was inside the car in the wooded area, the one that was found alive. So the oldest one survived. I wonder what she saw. Can you imagine? Based on the crime scene, what it looks like, this may be the place where there has been some human trafficking done. So now they're leaning towards human trafficking. Okay, here's this moron. Look at him. What a piece of crap. They were, as upon this report, they were still looking at how she died. Callahan led cops to the girls after a bystander saw him for acting suspiciously. The mother, Callie, had been missing for over 24 hours before being found brutally murdered in the bedroom of her home. Her children, who had been reported missing by their father on Wednesday, were nowhere to be found when the body was discovered. The kids were kidnapped sometime before 8 a.m. That's when they issued the Amber Alert. And the Amber Alert said that a man was wanted for questioning for a domestic violence incident that resulted in Burnett's death. Oh gosh, can you imagine the interrogation in this case? All right, let's see. I know that's not the best picture. Hang on. Something clean. Oh, no. Okay, this came in 46 minutes ago. So what we know about what led to the deaths and abduction of the children. Let's watch this. It's not on YouTube, so I can't adjust the...
Developing this morning, a tragic story out of Tangipahoa Parish. A 6-year-old girl is waking up without a mother and her younger sister. She is the lone survivor of a murder and abduction plot.
Police in Jackson, Mississippi arrested Daniel Callahan for the crimes. WDSC reporter Siddiqui is live in Tangipahoa Parish, where this all began. And Anum, what do we know about this man that's behind bars?
Daryl Morgan, we're still waiting on Daniel Callahan's first court appearance. That way we can get more information about this entire tragedy. But first, let's get into what law enforcement tell us. So the sheriff's office says on Wednesday, they received a call from the mother, Callie Burnett's family, saying she was missing. According to the Tangipahoa Sheriff's Office, family later found the mom dead in her LaRanger home on Thursday. An Amber Alert was then issued for her two missing young daughters. Hours later, Callahan was found in Jackson, Mississippi, led police on a brief chase before being taken into custody. Investigators say he then led them to the body of the three-year-old girl who was found dead.
He showed officers an area, a wooded area, just not far from the car where the body of the 4-year-old girl was.
Daniel Callahan, at some point in the past, certainly had a relationship with Callie. I don't know if it was more recent or more in the past.
Now, the 6-year-old girl was found. She's being reunited with her family. As of right now, we don't know the cause of death for the 3-year-old. And we're also waiting to find out from police when Callahan will be brought back to Louisiana.
Burnett's father told the sheriff's office that he last spoke to his daughter on Tuesday night. According to the sheriff, the father said nothing seemed off. He said that Burnett was taking out the trash and did not reference being in any danger. On Wednesday, the father said he could not get in contact with her, and he noticed she wasn't home. He also reported that her car was missing. Then Burnett's father reported Callie missing to the sheriff's office Wednesday night, but did not enter her trailer. On Thursday morning, Burnett's father found her body covered in blood on the floor of her bedroom in her trailer. Then they issued the Amber Alert, and then they gave this update on the case, which, by the way, we'll play the interview after they got him.
Family notification has just been done in this case, and we have detectives on scene in Jackson, Mississippi. Early in this investigation, we'd received information this car hit on a camera up in Jackson. So we were looking in that area as well as local area just to see. So that's why once the Marshal Service up there and Mississippi authorities responded to this Amber Alert, and were able to quickly locate our subject. That's why our detectives was able to respond so quickly. It's because we had already been in that area, checking with local law enforcement, trying to run down video cameras, trying to see, where our vehicle was, what our suspect and our two young children.
Do we know the relationship of Daniel Callahan to Callie?
They were involved in a relationship. They dated.
Do you believe Daniel Callahan is the person that killed Callie Brunette?
I mean, we have to wait and put all the evidence together, but I don't know who else it would be. It would, it's.
Do you know how he killed the 4-year-old?
No, we just, like I said, this is just, our deputies are just on scene there now. I mean, it's just happened in the last 30 minutes. So, we're sitting there assessing it. Our detectives just made contact with the victim's family, and I believe he is going to be driving the victim's family to Jackson, Mississippi, to pick up the 6-year-old
and
bring her back.
And I'm so sorry that this happened. My condolences to the family. So you're saying that Daniel Callahan was found in Jackson, Mississippi. If you
Daniel Callahan was apprehended in Jackson, Mississippi by authorities there. He had the victim's car along with her alive and well 6-year-old child, and in a wooded area close proximity to the car, the body of the 4-year-old has been located.
He just laid the body out? It wasn't buried or anything?
I cannot answer that. Like I said, we are on scene right now. Our detectives is up there starting the crime scene.
Hey, Chief, I'm sorry for joining late here. Just for camera purposes, can you restate? So Daniel Callahan is the suspect that you were searching for?
Correct.
Part of the Amber Alert?
Right.
Is he from the Louisiana area? Is he from this area?
Yes.
His age?
Give me a moment on this. Okay, let me check something here. I'd have to get with the detectives to get his age and stuff like that. I'd have to get with the detectives to
And
get
I
all
mean,
that.
Chief,
Yeah.
I mean, just something like this to happen. I know you all have been really working hard to find these girls. Just for it to come to this, for us to find out about this 4-year-old. I know you say you knew the family. The family's well known in the area.
Right. I mean, it's just it's a senseless tragedy, and you know, once we started looking, and like I said, we were, you know, it was a large presence here. We checked everything here. We worked the crime scene here for the homicide, but we had feelers out, you know, through Amber Alerts, through technology research, through investigations, such things like that. Is, you know, we started looking, and information we obtained took us to Macomb, Mississippi, and then from Macomb, Mississippi to Jackson, Mississippi. And just that's why whenever we requested our Amber Alert, we had it to include Mississippi, because we believe, like you know, I said in my earlier report, you know, he'd been gone for a long period of time, and you know, could be anywhere.
And Chief, so what do we know about Daniel Callahan at this point? Is he a native or?
That's I mean, he's local. He's local. I think they've dated off and on. He's I'm not sure exactly if he's from Kentwood or Aranja or Amite, but he is, you know, of this area, of this region.
And about what time
he
was?
Or why this happened, Chief?
No, like I said, we haven't even interviewed him yet. We have detectives on scene. He is in custody, and like I said, he's in custody, and they work in the crime scene up there on the child. The paramedics was checking out the 6-year-old to make sure she's okay, and you know, our next step is to interview, see what we can get from him, you know, to tie this case all together and lock him down in it. But also, you know, the thing is to bring this 6-year-old back to her grandparents. You know, I mean, she's been through something that most of us hopefully never ever get to experience, and she's going to have to spend the rest of her life living with this. I mean, this is horrific.
And Chief, you said that the marshals saw this car traveling through Jackson, Mississippi.
My understanding so far is there was a suspicious suspect checking houses or whatever, checking doorknobs and stuff like that. So after getting a description of him, there was a marshal or undercover officer in the area that saw this guy, went to apprehend him. He fled. There was a foot pursuit. He was apprehended, and after he was apprehended, they were able to find out. I don't know if it's true. And like I said, I don't know this yet because this has happened so quickly. If through interrogating him, questioning him, or he admitted, or just an area, they found the car with the 6-year-old in it, and then they found the 4-year-old in a wooded area not far from the car, her body.
And this is in the Jackson, Mississippi area?
Correct, Jackson, Mississippi.
Do you know, or is Daniel Callahan, since he's from the parish, he ever had any issues with law enforcement?
I don't. I haven't had time to look into all that yet.
Yeah. Is this the victim and Daniel had dated, that as in they had broken up?
All I know is there was some type of relationship in the past. I don't know if they were back together, split up. I'm not sure what, you know.
So 6-year-old is with authorities or paramedics?
Correct. It was with authorities up there.
And so basically both children were located in that vehicle with
One child was located at the vehicle, and one child was located in the proximity to the vehicle in a wooded area.
They said there was at least a 36-hour gap between when the family last spoke to Burnett and the realization that the children were missing. Edwards said that they weren't sure if the girls were still in the state, and he stressed that residents call with any information of their whereabouts. Sheriff Edwards said deputies were alerted to a possible sighting of Burnett's car in Macomb, Mississippi. Later, officers were told that a license plate reader in Byram captured Callie's car somewhere in Jackson. That's how they got over there to Jackson. Jackson authorities responded to a suspicious person reported after a man was seen trying to enter multiple homes by checking doorknobs. When officers arrived on the scene, The man, Daniel Callahan, led officers on a chase. Soon, Callahan was taken into custody by the U.S. Marshals. Edwards said Callahan led officers to a wooded area where Jaylee Burnett was found alive in her mother's car. Callahan then led officers to the body of Aaron Burnett, who was found in a wooded area near Callie's car. Again, Jaylee was 6, or is 6, and Aaron was, because Aaron's no longer with us, was 3 years old. Jalen was taken to an area hospital for treatment. A deputy drove her grandparents to Jackson to be with her. Oh, thank God she has grandparents. Okay, good. According to Edwards, Callahan is a resident of that area. He said that Callahan was in a relationship with Callie, and they believed he is connected to her murder. Well, yeah. Callahan said his officers had not yet interviewed him at the time the girls were found. Edwards also did not release a motive. Then they go into this whole human trafficking thing. The Jackson Police Department held a news conference Thursday following the discovery of the girls and the arrest of Callahan. Jackson Police Chief Joseph Wade said he contacted the Mississippi Bureau of Investigation's Human Trafficking Division after responding to the crime scene. Based on the crime scene, what it looks like, this may be the place where there was some human trafficking done. We see cages, small animal cages. This is very, very disturbing to me as a police chief and a father to witness and see what I saw. Shortly after the news of the possible human trafficking site, Sheriff Edwards says the case was turned over to the FBI. You know, it could be, and I think this happens more than people realize, is these guys get in with the mom to get to the children. And that could be exactly what was going on in this case, if this was a human trafficking thing. It is unclear when he'll be extradited back to Louisiana. He is expected to face charges there in connection with the death of Burnett. He's currently in custody in Mississippi in connection with the death of Aaron and the FBI investigation linked to the possible human trafficking site. It is possible that Callahan will make his first court appearance in Jackson on Friday in connection with the case. That is today. Yeah, so I'll have to do an update on this maybe if I don't get to all of this, if I get this done before. Otherwise, I'll put it all together for you guys. It's not known if Jaylee, the 6-year-old child that was found alive, if she was in the hospital or if she'd been released. That is awful. Just awful. This is the, let me show you guys. Is this the one? Yeah. This was the Amber Alert. Absolutely horrible. So yeah, that's a new case. I mean, this stuff is just all coming out as we wait. So we'll just have to see what happens. I'll stay up on this one, follow up on this one for you guys and keep you up to date, because I do believe that this one's going to, I don't know if I would say go viral, but especially if there's a connection to human trafficking. And if there is, could there be more people, not for the murders, but could there be more people that are taken in? Like maybe the one good thing that could come out of this, if this is human trafficking, and I will say the only good thing that could come out of this, is that maybe he's connected to other human trafficking people and they'll be taken down because of all of this. You know, a lot of times people think human trafficking, it's people with a lot of money or people that, you know, are sophisticated, and it's just not like that anymore. It's just not. I know for a long time, when I thought human trafficking, I thought like it was when somebody from a foreign country would come over, abduct someone and take them back to another country, and then, you know, and it's just so common. It's more common than we all know. It's extremely, extremely sad. So I want to thank you guys for watching this with me. I appreciate you. And I hope you all have a blessed day. And I will talk to you very soon. Stay well, everyone.